Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yo, it's a few minutes to 4 o'clock this morning. So I'm going in. I'm doing my walk a little bit later than usual. Lonnie was just live. Damn, Lonnie, you didn't stay alive very long, did you? Lonnie is on the road doing her thing. Yo, yo, yo. This is your home girl. Uh, Barbosa. 914, Westchester County, New York. We still here in South Carolina. We doing another live video real quick. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. So before Lonnie went live, right, I was looking on the YouTubes and I found this page, but I've been looking at it for like on and off for a couple of months. And they had this male prostitute up there, you guys. He was like 19 years old. Yo, don't let me hold you. Don't let me hold you, man. That dude, he looked mad fine. He looked mad fine. And he was not dressed like a man. He was dressed like a bitch. He's not a transsexual. He's not nothing like that. He just let you know he's straight up gay. He said he didn't have no choice but to go out there in the world and discover who he was. Because his moms went to prison. The pops was in prison. So he ain't had no choice but to go out there and take care of himself. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I'm on my way downtown. I don't have to be there until about 6:30, the latest. But I'm starting out early. So when I do get down there, the only thing I have to do is get my equipment and walk to the job, which is only 3 minutes away from the office, if that long. Somebody done put this chair out here. Now I see why it's been thrown away. That chair was sitting over there by the family doula. Yeah, that's where it was at. So I went live earlier between 11:30 last night. And I gave my thoughts and my opinions about the Biz 101 circumstance, that situation. I'm not giving no more energy to that because I feel people gonna do what they want to do, and people gonna support who they want to support. Some people are looking at it like this ain't real. This is all entertainment, but some things are real. Some things aren't just pure entertainment. You know what I mean? Because everybody that comes on this app, they real people. They real people. But everyone doesn't expose who the fuck they really are. They don't. You got motherfuckers on here, swear to God, they swear to God, they got this and that going on, and then when push come to shove, you find out that's not fucking true. I'm gonna tell you what social media is, and I think I explained it in one of my earlier videos last week. Social media basically is very much like a fun house. And in this fun house, there are different mirrors. There is a room called the Chamber of Mirrors or the Mirror Room. Anyway, to make a long story short, all these mirrors are different. All these mirrors are different. None of the mirrors are the same. None of them work the same. And when you stand in front of different mirrors, it gives you a reflection of yourself, a distorted reflection. Sometimes you can appear as you really are, or you can appear not to be what you think you are or what you think you look like. So I look at it like that. So social media for me is like a fun house. Everyone comes in to the mirror room or to the chamber where they keep the mirrors, and everyone sees themselves a certain way. And some of the images that you might see in these mirrors are distorted. The reality, the illusions, some of them. Because you got some wacko mirrors, and then you got your regular mirrors where they may show you, if you stand in front of the mirror, you looking like you being you. You know what I mean? Shout out to the chat. Here comes somebody crossing the street. Because I usually don't come this way, not no 4 o'clock in the morning. So the foot traffic out here is going to be different than what it was or what it would be around 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning. When I walked out the house, it was like a quarter to 4. So I should get to my destination a little after 5 this morning. And I'm doing it this way because it's important for me to get my equipment. It's important for me to get a new debit card before I start my work day. Because the other debit card I do got for the job, that debit card is getting ready to be expired. That debit card was giving me some problems this weekend. So I had to withdraw the funds that was left on there. You know what I mean? And I just got to get me a brand new card. I got my phone on. My phone is on. So this afternoon when I do get paid, I will be able to activate the brand new debit card that I'm going to get. Shout out to the chat. We got one in the building. Good morning to you. Thank you for your view. Thank you for your support of this channel. Yeah. So I'm on my way downtown, and I got to make sure that I don't never leave that house without my keys. You know what I mean? Yep. The foot traffic is different this morning. Now, this morning, I just seen 2 dudes riding on bicycles. One going this way, one going that way. I see somebody walking up the street. The foot traffic is different this morning because I started out later. I already knew it was going to be different. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do things just to see what kind of results you're going to get. I see that person walking. We got some weirdos in this town. Got some bona fide weirdos. Creeps. You know, nobody fools me. I'm not fooled. I see what I see, and I know what I know. And one thing I know about niggas from South Carolina, all of them are crabs. All of them try to be slick. All of them try to get over. All of them try to fit in when they don't fit in. That's why I only deal with New York niggas and New Jersey niggas and niggas from Connecticut. Talking wise, friendship wise, just associate. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need no niggas from South Carolina in my fucking back pocket. Because the only thing they trying to do is use somebody. That's all they do. All they fucking do. That's all they fucking about. Their mamas are like that. Their grandmamas are like that. Their great-grandmas are like that, because a lot of these sons of bitches down here are raised by their female relatives. And a lot of them bitches are skanks anyway. I don't like these bitches down here neither. You know what I mean? I've been down here a long time, but you can just pick up the vibe. You can pick up what's going on when you step into the scene of somewhere. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the foot traffic is different this morning. I ain't never seen these people a day in my life. One dude, now the one that was walking this way, you guys, he eyed me immediately, right? Looking at what the fuck I'm doing. He walking up the street. This nigga stopped what he doing, pretending to drop something on the fucking ground. Now, mind you, sees me talking on the phone. He don't know that this is not a FaceTime call with another individual. This is YouTube's. YouTube's. So I'm kind of glad when I do walk down this way at this particular time in the morning, early in the morning. You guys that usually be in the chat will walk with me. You know. So that's the way it is. Yeah. Because a lot of motherfuckers, what they'll do, they want to see what you doing. They want to see what you about. You know what I mean? Because everyone, I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. I do mean some fucking harm. These motherfuckers around here ain't shit. Ain't shit. And I picked that up during my years of living down here. And whatever Birdman told me, I believe. I believe. Because I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. A few years ago, we had went downtown. We were sitting on the east side. And we were sitting outside this bodega. Little drop shot store run by a couple of old heads. Anyway, to make a long story short, I guess he knew those people, whatever the case may have been, because he was talking to them and laughing and all that. So we had left. So the next day I had to go get on the bus and go to work. So here I go, getting on the bus, going to work, stopping in the same neighborhood he had just was hanging out with them people with, and they was waving at me and, hey, what's up? I don't know. I ain't gonna say shit. I just kept walking. 5 minutes later, who called my phone? Birdman. He like, oh, some of my people saw You get off the bus and you was walking up the street. I said, Ted, let me tell you something. Call that number back and tell them people they better mind their fucking business. Don't worry about me walking up the street. Don't worry about what the fuck I got on my head. Don't worry about what kind of clothes I'm wearing or what kind of money I'm making or what I'm not getting. And these motherfuckers down here, they too fucking nosy. I walk out the house, my next door neighbor, he's outside smoking a cigarette. He can smoke inside his apartment. This motherfucker, I know he's a weirdo. I know he's a fucking weirdo. I ain't never liked him. I ain't never trust him. Birdman was more familiar with them. I'm not familiar with these people. And I'm not trying to get fucking familiar. You ain't gonna put me in no trick bag and kill me. And I'm laying up there melting away and nobody know where the fuck I'm at. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. I don't believe nobody. I don't care me. If I come on this YouTube app, and that's different. Y'all different. Y'all in the computer. Y'all on the cell phone. You know, and I don't really have problems with people on social media. I don't have problems with the people on the outside. But I know from experience not to trust nobody, not to hang with nobody, not to do no fucking mix-up, not to get familiar. I don't need familiar spirits around me. Familiar spirits are no good. And I'm not talking about ghosts. I'm talking about walking, talking, breathing motherfuckers that are nothing more than crabs in a barrel. Crabs in a fucking barrel. Even when I was going to the other office, the other employment agency, everybody knows when I come into the building, I'ma speak, good morning, and that's it. Then I'm gonna go into my own world. My own world is going into my fucking phone. And a lot of you know what that really means. You know what I mean? Because y'all see me go live inside the place. Y'all see me reporting what's going on, what's popping, what kind of tickets are going out, who going out, who ain't going out. See, I share my life on this app. Ain't no shame in my game. What I'm gonna be ashamed for? I already did my fucking prison time. What anybody gonna do to me? Nothing. And one other reason why I learned not to trust people down here too tough is there was a situation where I could have lost my life doing this, following after other people. I woke up the next day, no word of lie. My face was like 10 times bigger than what it is now. In the ambulance, good morning, Uncle L. In the ambulance, I went into a seizure. They had to cut off my clothes, stop breathing. They had to revive me. I woke up the next day in the fucking hospital and the tube was up in my pussy hole. That's another reason why I don't want to mix up with these niggas. You mix up with the wrong crowd, you mix up with the wrong people, you gonna get fucked up. And trust me, they don't fight alone. When you get into it with one nigga, they don't like to fight you by themselves. They gotta bring all these fucking friends. It's a miracle I'm even talking, breathing, not sitting in the fucking wheelchair. That's why whenever I am put in a position where I could do something for myself, I don't care nothing about walking. I could have took the bus this morning. I don't give a fuck about walking. I need to walk. I'm chubby. I'm overweight. I need to lose this fucking weight. But I don't need to look like the skeleton I was a few years ago neither. Shout out to the chat. Thank you, Uncle L, for coming in. Good morning. You caught me in the middle of a rant. They getting ready to start up this fucking train. See, this is what happens when you move later in the morning. Now this motherfucker right here, he been sitting on this corner in that fucking truck last 5 minutes. I've been watching him while I'm talking to y'all. I don't trust none of these niggas. Yeah, you need it right anywhere? Hell no. I ain't trying to disappear. They got some wicked people. Wicked people. And people talk about New York. People talk about New Jersey. People talk about Philadelphia. People talk about Connecticut. People talk about Chicago. People talk about California. People talk about Mississippi. People talk about Tennessee. People talk about all these different places, but they don't talk about the South. They don't talk about Virginia like that. They don't talk about South Carolina like that. I'm putting South Carolina on Front Street with the bullshit. Them motherfuckers down here are wicked. They are wicked. They are evil. Don't trust them. Don't believe them. Don't rock out with none of them. If people invite you somewhere, do not go. Do not go. If you go somewhere, do not lay your drink down nowhere. Them motherfuckers will slip stuff in your drink. And it has happened to me. Motherfuckers. I'm so glad I'm not homeless no more. I am so glad I'm not in certain situations. I am so glad I had the nerve and the heart and the courage to get up and try to do something for myself. And people criticize me for doing it. Oh yeah, we got all these critics on these YouTube streets. Criticize. Criticize your mama. Why don't all them people that criticize me and got something to say about me, why don't they look in the mirror at their own selves? Talk about them. Right, Uncle L? Uncle L, I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. We are waiting for you, Uncle L, to get in the kitchen and do another wonderful video. Everybody enjoyed that video. Just Jay, she was raving about that video. Vince the Sniper, he was raving about that video. Everybody, when Uncle L go live, everybody listen. Everybody listen to Uncle L. Uncle L had everybody tripping. When he was in that kitchen and he was washing his hands and showing us how he was making this pizza, I said, look at Uncle L. And he was doing a good job too. He did the job so well. And that's what I'm saying. It just seemed like certain people, like you can be quiet and support people or all you want, but as soon as you come out on the dance floor and be doing your thing, Uncle L, everybody is like, wow, Uncle L. Shout out to Uncle L. Yeah, Uncle L, everyone was raving about that video. You had Vince the Sniper raving about it. You had Just Jay raving about that video. Other people in Just Jay chat was raving. They was like, yeah, Uncle L need to go live more often. And we don't be joking. We don't be laughing. We be dead ass serious. Dead ass. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Uncle L. 914 Wichita County, New York. Coming to you with another live video. and the train is moving. See, this is what happened. You hear it? You hear the trains? I hear them. They humming. They're getting ready to move these trains out. I don't know what they be moving around. To be honest, to be truly honest with you, I don't know what they be moving around on the trains. You see the train moving all day. If you're in certain places in North Charleston or downtown Charleston, you'll see the train move at certain times during the day. And there's going to be a train coming between now and 4:30. So, yeah, it's going to be that. I got another person on their bicycle, walking with the bicycle. I'm very suspicious. I know road don't belong to me. I know the sidewalks don't belong to me. I know this town don't belong to me. People have the right to walk around and look weird and creepy all they want. But in the meantime, I'm going to acknowledge them, I'm going to see them, and I'm going to judge them. And lots of them are creeps. And that's my opinion. Now, I don't know how anyone else feels about people from South Carolina, but that has always been my opinion. I don't know if anybody remembers when I told that story about how I got jumped right there on Rivers a couple of years ago. I did it on my bigger channel, the one that had over 600 subscribers, because Lonnie remembered that story. Lonnie remembers because she remembers being in the chat. And when I said I woke up the next morning and there was a tube up my pussy, she said people just started coming into the chat. As soon as they heard that magical word. And let me be quiet. Let me be quiet. But they got all kinds of songs about it. They even have a song that was done during the 1960s. And there was this guy group out there, and they was talking about it in their song. I wish people wouldn't be so shy when it comes to the subject of sex and relationships and, people really getting down. Like James Brown. Uh-oh. All this trash in front of the store like this. They must have had a busy night. Yesterday was Sunday, but you would be surprised on how many people be drinking on Sunday. They'll go all week, not have a drop of alcohol at night. And when Sunday comes, all of a sudden, they get the urge to go to the store and buy whatever their favorite alcoholic beverage is. But they don't think about it during the week. They had Friday and Saturday to get drunk. They went into Sunday afternoon to get drunk. Oh, yeah, that's right. The game was on yesterday. Oh, okay, that explains. Don't explain, that explains. I remember one time, you guys, I had went to the Super Stop, right? To wait for the van, because we did carpool for that particular company. Anyway, I'm out there waiting at the Super Stop, minding my own business, and all these creeps just came out of, they was in car, they was walking on fucking bicycles, and this one creep, he creep up, what you got going on? I said, I ain't got nothing going on. You know what I mean? They, I don't know what they be thinking. But a lot of these men, trust me, when I say a lot of them are undercover, Yags, I mean what the fuck I be saying. Shout out to the chat. See, there go that weirdo car. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. There was a few days ago, Lonnie had went live, right? So I'm waiting at the bus stop. I'm by myself. In the darkness. In the dark. There's a light like this shining on me. But it's like a couple of feet away. Anyway, this creep comes around in the car. Now, he driving one way down the street. Why this motherfucker made a U-turn and came back around? Ever since that day, I've been watching that car. Ever since that fucking day, I've been watching that car. So anytime I see that car, I'm on it. I know what color it is. Because no. Let's be honest. There is a lot of people disappearing. And I'm sorry. I'm 52 years old. I'm on these YouTube streets. I can't afford to be disappearing. I can't afford to be disappearing. Shout out to the chat. Anyway, to make a long story short, I saw the same car the day I was walking home from downtown because they didn't have no tickets. And I saw the same car. And I said, let me pay attention. The car was parked outside of this place that's not too far from my house. And I know them people don't be open up no 5:30 in the morning. Lonnie had went live between 5 and 5:30 that morning. She was live before 6 o'clock. That's how I noticed that car. Because Lonnie and them was talking and they were laughing. They were having a good time. And as they were talking and laughing, I was looking all around me. Because anytime I see any kind of car or anybody walking, immediately I become suspicious. Immediately I become suspicious. That's why I'm so glad I stopped drinking, because the drinking, what it was doing, you guys, it was making me more and more paranoid. Y'all think I'm looking around now? Oh, shit. Don't let me get a 40 ounce right now, sit on the stoop, drink it, and then call myself walking. Ain't gonna be no walking. It's gonna be me coming down the street, walking, looking stupid, probably hollering and screaming at the top of my lungs, trying to sing, Adele song, Chasing Pavements. Because that's how I feel. That's how I feel I'm doing in this life. Chasing pavements. Chasing pavements. Not only am I walking on the pavement, I'm chasing pavements. But this ain't no Adele music video. I don't need to come from the other side and say, hello. I don't need to come out here and say, somebody like you. I don't need to say anything about water under the bridge. I am not Adele. I am a fan of Adele. I listen to her music. But when I listen to Adele, I listen to all the lyrics. I listen to what she's saying. And I said, you know what? Adele is on to something. Adele must be a black woman for real. She got a lot of soul about her. She be singing those beautiful songs. I don't think she came out with an album lately. You think so, Uncle L? Or whoever's in the chat? Yo, Uncle L, I see you in the chat, right? But I don't see the other people, so we got some ghosts in the audience. Let me tell y'all something. Everyone is welcome over here. There's plenty of coffee. There's plenty of chairs. Take a seat. Take a number. Pay attention. Like and share the video. Coco Tasso that like button. Coco Tasso, that like button. Coco Tasso, that like button. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So I'm on my way to the office. We just passed the store that's sitting on that corner, the Circle K, and we're heading straight to the office. Oh, Lord, I'm just walking like a champ this morning. I'm just walking. I'm enjoying myself. I got to watch these bushes. Because last time I went live, walking like this, Mika said she was just joking. But she said she saw somebody in the bush. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. You see this red car that just went past us? That car was sitting at the bus stop. Not the bus stop, but the store all that time. What you doing sitting at the store? It's not even 5 o'clock in the morning. What really be going on? Somebody explain to me what really be going on. The store be open, yes. Oh, Lord. That particular store, that Circle K stays open 24/7. So let's say I'm at the house, right? Just for shits and giggles. I'm at the house and the other store right across the street from me, let's say they closed down early and the other store closed. I would have to walk all the way down here just to get to the store. I know that's right, Uncle L. I know that's right. Uncle L love his coffee. I love coffee too, Uncle L. Mm-hmm. Yes. The other day I went to the store and bought me some instant coffee. You know, the ones that come in the single packs. And I didn't have no sugar, but I had a can of condensed milk at the house. So I had the milk and the sweetener all wrapped in one. Yes, I did. Oh, boy, you guys. Oh, Lord. See, today is Monday. So I'm going on the repeat ticket I was on Friday. And you know what? Because the people that's coming to inspect the place is coming tomorrow. And we got to go today to throw out all the trash that's on the building. We got to throw out, oh Lord, we got to throw out all the trash. All the trash. All the debris. All the loose trash. We got to throw out all the trash cans. All that. And I think, and we got 6 floors to do. But this is the secret. Hey, lovely. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. This is the secret, you guys. There's only 3 floors that got all that debris and all that trash on it. The second floor and the first floor don't have anything. But I believe it's going to take us all the way into lunchtime to knock out what they need us to knock out. I don't know what else they got going on, but sometimes when they cut you short, it depends on who the supervisor is, if they're going to give you your whole full 8 or not. Usually dealing with this company, they like to give you the whole full 8. Whole full 8 hours, even if you didn't work the full 8. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, they got these trains doing something this morning, you guys. I'm on Milford Street and Meeting Street. Now I'm on Meeting Street. Now you know I'm downtown, but I'm still a long way from my destination. Yeah, Lovely comes in. She supports the channel. Shout out to you, Lovely. I know you've been doing good. Doing good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I was looking at that little documentary this morning about that young man, and I was just shaking my head, and I was like, damn. And he's a nice looking dude. Nice looking dude. But the only thing is, he wear extensions in his hair, and it looks nice. He wears the clothing of a female, which look very beautiful, and he has a pretty face. I'm not saying he look feminine or nothing like that, but he had an androgynous look, an androgynous look. And I was looking at him and I said, what that baby doing out there selling his Bucci? And he just kept saying, crack, crack. I said, whoa. I said, what's going on? Oh. And he's 19. He is 19 years old. I said, oh, Lord have mercy. I told him earlier, a few hours earlier, I said, Tamika, I don't mean no harm, but I do mean harm. I do not want, I really don't want, I'm 52 right now. I know I cannot stay 52 for the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I have to grow older. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And, you know, I just feel for me. I feel for me. I'll be a senior citizen before I know it. And I was like, well, 15 years from now, I'll be able to do X, Y, and Z. But then I thought about it and I said, I won't be 52. I won't be 41. I won't be 35. I won't be 28. I won't be 14. I'll be 15 years from now. I'll be 67. I'll be 3 years short of turning 70 years old. And I don't feel good about it. Because the way the world is going now, I really feel for myself and others my age. Mm-hmm. We got a generation of children who are getting ready to graduate high school this year. And some graduated the year before and the year before. And some of these children can't read. They can't read, but they can count money in their hand. I don't need the person to count the money. I need the person to read my address on the envelope when they mail out my Social Security payments. Or I need the person to be able to read my name when they're getting ready to deposit my Social Security payments when I retire. What am I going to do if they can't fucking read? I don't know. I think very deeply about a lot of stuff. And I be like, what am I waking up to? Is the next couple of years going to turn into a nightmare or a terrormare? Something I can't wake up from. I ask myself these questions. A lot of times I be right in that house and y'all could be talking on these YouTubes. Y'all could be in each other's chat. And while the content creator is bringing their content, My mind is going. And it's like, what am I going to do in the next 5 years? What am I going to do in the next 8 years? Because 8 years from now, I'll be 60 years old. Oh, and everyone is not going to be blessed like the way Sister T or Moonlight. Everybody's not going to be blessed like that. They can come on camera and give a complete thought. Is that going to be the way I'm going to be in the next few years? Can I come on camera and give a complete thought, or be rambling with my words, speaking and not knowing I'm talking, not knowing my fucking name, not knowing who I am? Where am I? That's a scary feeling, to wake up in a place that you think is strange, but it's actually your home. That apartment I live in right now, I wake up in the morning, I recognize everything. I know the name of every wall. This is a wall, that's the floor, this is this. But in the next few years, who's to say? Waking up and be like, where am I? Who am I? What's my name? I don't have Birdman no more to come to the house or anything like that. Some of my support team, they be calling me or texting me, but everything is like, I feel different. I'm not saying I'm losing my mind or I'm losing my memory. I'm just saying I'll be afraid if getting older gonna mean that gonna happen. You know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna be blessed to be on camera and be singing and dancing and having a good time. Everybody not gonna be blessed like that. And all these businesses around here is still closed. And it's, I would say, I'm not too far from 5 o'clock, from it being 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not too far from it. Now here comes this truck. And that's one getting ready to turn the corner. And some of these places right here, they got all this grass just growed up all over the place. Bushes on the damn sidewalk. You can't walk on the sidewalk. I'll be tripping. I'll trip. I almost tripped on the sidewalk a few days ago. I said, oh shit. I had to look around. Black people don't like to fall and get hurt. When we fall down, we start looking around to see if somebody saw us. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So, I'm over here at the Jehovah Witness church. I'm at the Jehovah Witness church. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yo, the Jehovah Witness are something serious, man. I don't fool up with them people. My grandmother was a Jehovah Witness. She started being a Jehovah Witness at the age of 22. I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. I think those motherfuckers told her in the last couple of years of her life, if she had family members that were not Jehovah Witness, to not really commune with us like that. Yep. Because after she had passed away, I had got in touch with one of my cousins. She still lives in New York. And she told me, she said, Arabia, sometimes when you join certain organizations or religious orders or some kind of church that's kind of weird, they'll do that. They'll tell you, if you got family members that don't believe what we believe or don't practice like the way we practice, we would like for you to refrain from having too much contact with these people. Yeah, them motherfuckers be off the chain. That's why I don't like no Jehovah Witness. I don't like them people from Scientology. I don't like the Mormons. Yeah, there's a lot of groups I don't like. I don't. Their message just throws me off. I don't feel for them. I don't care for them. You know. And if we're made in the image of God, why has everyone got all these different religions? If we're truly made in the image of God himself, why are all these religions in place? And please don't say there's different pathways to one God. No. If we all come from one branch, we all gonna stick with one branch. That's what I believe. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Just Jay. Let me get out this road. Might try to hit me. Good morning, Just Jay. Yeah, I know, Just Jay. And that was very unfortunate. But nothing was more sad than, oh man, I just don't want to think about it. Because I know my grandmother was a Jehovah's Witness ever since she was 22 years old. When my grandmother passed, my grandmother was 96. She was 4 years short of turning 100. And them motherfuckers really had her mind whacked. And I kind of like knew when I met her a few years back, I kind of like knew she was like, she may like have some dementia going on. And I'm like, she is such a nice lady. And my grandmother was a very sweet, nice young lady. I might reshare what she looked like when she was younger. Maybe y'all get a visual of who I'm talking about. Unfortunately, she married my grandfather. His name was Lantrese. His name was Lantrese Charles Smith. And he was very abusive towards her. I don't know how she put up with his shit all them fucking years. Just Jay, Uncle Ellis in the chat, he said good morning. Good morning. Good Lord. Y'all tickle me to death. Yeah, but I was saying to myself, I said, oh my God, my grandmother, and I saw the changes. I didn't really say nothing. I was like, she'll be all right. And she ended up dying. And I found out later from relatives and family, close related relatives, that she had some stuff going on. But anyway, when my grandmother was young and she got pregnant with my father, she was initially supposed to have put my father up for adoption. She was initially supposed to have put up my father for adoption because her father, which was great grandfather Barbosa, didn't want her to marry an American dude. He didn't want her to marry nobody American. He wanted her to marry somebody that came from the Cape Verde Islands. And matter of fact, back then they used to do arranged marriages. So she was arranged to be married to someone, Aunt Pam, who is the grandmother of CL Smooth, was arranged to be married to someone that was not American. But they chose to marry these American dudes. But I don't see no distinction because my grandmother was born in this country. My grandmother's mother was born in this country. Her mother was born in this country. And they all New Yorkers. All of them are New Yorkers. So when I say 5th-generation New Yorker, I fucking mean it. I can trace my shit back. And a lot of motherfuckers on this app don't even know their grandmother's first name. And they got the nerve to have a YouTube channel and try to tell people what to do. I know my grandmother's name, my great-grandmother's name, her mother's name. I know my grandfather's name, his father's name, and who started that whole cabangle with those people moving from North Carolina years ago, because that's where my grandfather was originally from. He was from North Carolina. And he had met my grandmother when he came to New York. But he didn't know that she was promised to be married to a Cape Verdean. See, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of those Cape Verdeans, especially the old school heads, they really believe in separating themselves from other ethnic groups. There is a place in Boston, Massachusetts, where there is a gated community and nothing but Cape Verdeans live there. So I could, like, if I decide I want to leave from South Carolina and move to Boston, Massachusetts, and I want to move into that community, I can. But if I'm dating someone that might be Puerto Rican or Dominican or Haitian or whatever the case may be, they won't be allowed entry. They won't be allowed entry unless they are married to me. And that's how they get down. That's how they fucking get down. Yeah. So, and there's a long history about the Cape Verdean Americans, about anyone that came from Cape Verde. And some of them, and I gotta keep it a bean. Shout out to Lonnie for doing that. I gotta keep it a bean. There are some of them that don't even acknowledge that they are black. They will not call themselves black. They like, no, nunca, not me. Yeah. There's some that accept their blackness, but there's others say, no, they're not black, they are Portuguese. Oh, yeah. They used to call my grandmother the old Portuguese. That's what they would call her. And she was like, and she used to always tell me, she said, Ray, I don't care where your mother's from. I don't care where my husband, who was your grandfather's from. You are Cape Verdean American. When you hear that African American stuff, reject it. You're not African American. You know where part of Africa your people are from. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, Just Jay. I was shocked when I got that, and I got a little iffy about that. I was like, oh shit. See, and I speak English. So a lot of the old school cats that actually come from the islands, they come to America, they speak English, They speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese. They speak German. They speak Italian. So when they come to this country, they know how to speak English. But when my great-grandfather came to this country, he spoke English, but it was very broken. And his accent, according to one of my cousins that actually knew him, he said that man his accent sounded like he was from Nigeria or something like that. His accent was very thick. And when my great-grandfather came to this country, when he wrote on a piece of paper, you know how you got to write which race you identify with? Why this man put down he's white? He was mulatto. He looked white, but he was mulatto. But back then, they were very strict on the immigration shit. They did not want niggas from Africa coming over here. And they kept them out for a long period of time. So when my great-grandfather and his brother came to this country, they actually wrote on the piece of paper that they were white, that they come from Portugal. They spoke Portuguese, and they spoke the Creole language from the islands. When my great-grandfather came to this country, he did not hang out with other black men. He did not hang out with other black men. He hung out with mostly Italians. He spoke Italian, so he hung out with the Italians. The Italians was thinking he was from someplace in Sicily or whatever, but he was like, no, he's from Cape Verde. He's Cape Verdean and blase. But when he wanted a wife, he didn't look for a white woman. He wanted a woman with the deep chocolate skin. And that's when he met great-grandma Barbosa. Her first name was Bertha. Bertha Barbosa. Bertha Barbosa. She was something else when she was living too, you guys. The age I am now, that's the age she was when she passed away. So she was 52 years old in 1949, and she passed away because of heart problems. So when I went to that hospital that particular morning, and because the breathing became labored and I had chest pains, and they did all these different tests, and they was like, oh, we got to set you up to see you a heart doctor and all this other foolishness. I already knew about the liver. The liver is fatty. My liver is fucked up. So if I ever decide I want to pick up and start drinking again, I can just go ahead to the nearest hospice and sign myself in. Because that's exactly what the fuck going to do. I'm going to die. I'm going to die a painful death. And I don't feel like going through all that. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, my great-grandmother, her name was Bertha Barbosa. And she was 52. I got pictures of her too. I got to share all that with y'all later on. I guess when I get back home and stuff. You know. And she was a nice looking woman. I see where I get my nose from. I see where I get my fucking nose from. Her. And then everything else, like the forehead, the eyes, the eyebrows, my eyelashes, my cheekbones, my chin, all that is from my father's side. From my father's side. And then the lips and all that, that's from my mom. Yeah. She's a dark chocolate lady too. But she is, I tell you, I don't got nothing good to say about that lady. I ain't got nothing good to say about that lady. So I'm not going to say anything at all. But I can't stand the bitch. I can't stand her. She is what we call a race traitor. Because she grew up in the South. And she grew up during the time where Jim Crow laws ruled the land. She was here when segregation was really strong. Why this bitch come to New York, get pregnant, have babies, she had 5 children, and give us all to the fucking system? You grew up in a segregated South, and you turned in your own children to the same people that you say the enemy. That's a race traitor. That's a race traitor. And there is no forgiveness for betraying your race. I mean, we try to overlook it for a little bit and all this and that. And come to find out, this bitch was ungrateful. And she actually thought we owed her. Nah, this bitch actually thought whatever monies we had or whatever belonged to her. She was a sick puppy. She was a sick individual. She was sick when she was young, and she's sick now. And this bitch, I'm 52, so this bitch is what, 74? 74 years old. I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. I'm glad I slapped the shit out of her. I'm glad I beat the shit out of her that particular evening. I'm glad I did. As she called herself gonna get on the phone and call my siblings and tell them what happened. You know, nobody said nothing. They ain't say nothing. They called me like later, like after I got out of jail and stuff. So they called me and it was like, yo, what happened? And I told them what happened. And to believe it or not, they was like, we glad you beat the shit out of her. We glad it wasn't us that had to do it though. But we glad that one of us beat the shit out of her. And guess what? She got 13 grandchildren and she is not allowed to see none of them. My siblings will not allow her to see none of her fucking grandchildren. She don't deserve it. Why the fuck you as a mother, you didn't want to be a mother, but you want to be a fucking grandmother. You want to tell the whole world that you got 5 children that you didn't fucking raise. You don't tell the world that. She don't tell how she was a failure as a parent and as a bitch and as a woman. Excuse me. But she's a piece of shit. And I hate all women that are like her. All women that are like this bitch, I hate them. That's strong words, but I don't give a fuck. Them bitches they don't even deserve to be walking around. Not really. Not really. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion, YouTube. These drop shot, no name, lazy mothers, you give birth, then you throw away your baby. You throw away your own blood. And then you come back years later. You want everyone to take care of you. You want everyone to support you. You want everyone to respect you. You want to be around your grandchildren, but you didn't do nothing to help them be here. Only thing you did was gave birth. A dog can give birth. A pig can give birth. Shout out to the chat. Oh, that's right, Uncle L. Drive safely. Drive safely, Uncle L. Shout out to Uncle L. I hope he do decide to go live sometime soon and cook for us once again. I would love to see him do that. I watched the last video when he did do that. He did a good job. Everyone was raving about that video. They was like, why Uncle L don't go live more often? Ask Uncle L. But at least he can go live when he want to. He ain't got to ask nobody permission. He can just simply press the live button and go live. Uncle L, I believe I'm still subscribed to you. I gotta check my check my subscriptions. I believe I'm still subscribed to Uncle L. Shout out to Uncle L. Yeah. So I don't know what time it is, you guys. It's probably chilly. Oh shit. Guess what time it is, you guys? It's 6 minutes after 5. 6 minutes after 5. So I'm early. I'm on time. Because I don't have to be to that job until 7 o'clock. But I'm just going to the office early to sign in, to let them know I'm there, to get my ticket and to get my equipment and walk down to the job. And when it's and I need to let them know I need another debit card. I don't want to forget that because my debit card, the one I actually have in my wallet, is getting ready to expire. I believe today. I can't be walking around thinking I got paid and go to the ATM and my shit ain't working. First thing I'm going to start doing, all these dirty motherfuckers, they didn't pay me. I got to go back to the office. I got to call the card. I got to do this. I got to do. Simple. That's why I'm glad I'm no longer drinking. 2 months sober. 2 months. Oh, Lord, it smells like somebody burning something out here, you guys. You know, there's a lot of people around here to be burning them damn leaves. They're sick as hell. They'll burn up the whole yard. And then when the fire department come out there, they want to tell the people they didn't do it. It wasn't them. They don't know how the fire got started. Oh, guys, you should see this place when it get close time to for Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh my God. That shit be the bomb. I like some of their decorations. There's a place that Birdman used to drive past when he used to drive me home. And every year they used to have up all their lights and decorations. Yep. There's some fucking weirdos around here. I don't know where them guys are going. But anything coming out the fucking projects, and I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. Them people don't mean nobody no good. Not in all cases, not all, just some. But for the majority of them, these people don't work. He's speeding out of here some 5 o'clock in the morning, and guess where he going? He not going to no fucking job. He not going to no fucking job. I'm going to tell you where he going. He going to find the weed man. He getting ready to find a spot where he roll up and smoke his little weed. Then later on, between 8 and 9 o'clock, he going to drive back to his house, get on the video game thing, and play video games all day. And these niggas are not getting paid for playing no damn video games. They don't have the high intelligence it takes to do that, to earn money doing that. Look at this. They got a nice school. This school is called Meeting Street Academy. This is a nice school. They built it not too long for the kids in the neighborhood because some of the other schools ain't worth a damn, so those schools shut down. So these kids that go to this school, they seem to be pretty cool kids. I don't never see them getting in no trouble or nothing like that. You know, they don't be trying to be all loud and shit. You know, my mother used to always say, well, actually the woman that raised me, you know, the woman that raised me, she used to always say, an empty wagon makes a lot of noise, but a fully loaded wagon is very quiet. And sometimes that is true, but it's always been my belief that a closed mouth don't never get fed. And sometimes when you want something out of life, oh, there go that weirdo. That weirdo, yeah. That's the same car I was telling you guys about. Now, his job don't open this early in the morning. Why is he doing way down here in downtown? I've been watching that car for like over a week now. It just certain things that give you certain vibes, and they ain't good vibes neither. Just like how I was walking down the street, Uncle L was with me. Uncle L was with me when I was walking down the street, and this dude, he was walking down the street too, but he was going in the opposite direction. Instead of him minding his own business, walking down the street, he gonna stop, drop something out of his hand, and then look at me. I'm like, I know this dude is stupid. But then he didn't say nothing to me because he think I'm on a face-to-face call with somebody. He see me on the phone. He don't know who's on the phone. It's the YouTubes. It's my subscribers on the phone. So shout out to the chat. Uncle L, she want to know when your birthday is. Yo, Just Jay. Mika told me what happened. Yo, I was in Moonlight's chat. It was yesterday, but I was in Moonlight's chat on Saturday. And Mika came into the chat and she typed the words, "Can anyone see me?" And me and Dimitri was like, "Yeah, we see you." And she was saying that she been typing in other people's chat and nobody been seeing her or nothing. I said, what? So I'm trusting Mika is probably at work this morning. So shout out to Mika. Shout out to Mika. Yeah. Shout out to all my subscribers. Yeah, Mika. She's such a sweet lady. It's always the sweet ones that certain people be picking at. It's always them. Uh-oh, let me cross this street. See now, oh shit. Can y'all still see me? Oh shit. I held down the phone too long. Sorry about that, you guys. Hey, VA. Good morning. Shout out to you. Yeah, man, cause now it's after 5 o'clock. Everybody and their grandma going, yup, here come the traffic. They're coming from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, off the Ravenel Bridge, coming down here to downtown Charleston. Yeah. I went to the bathroom before I left the house. Why I feel like I gotta pee again? And then the place I'm going to, they don't have a bathroom. So 9 times out of 10, I gotta wait till my job open up for me to go, or I can go to the shelter and go to the bathroom. Shout out to the chat. Just Jay, Just Jay, you ain't spoke nothing but a word, because Moonlight was saying yesterday how sensitive YouTube is becoming. Even Sister T has been complaining about YouTube. Yeah, certain things that you can't say, like in the first, I think 5 or 7 minutes of the video, you can't really be cursing or some stuff like, I don't know what's going on. YouTube is not YouTube anymore. It's different. You got a bunch of weak weasels running the YouTube streets. Weak weasels. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I'm almost to my destination, you guys. And I ain't got to worry about nobody telling me, oh, ain't no work today, because I'm on a repeat ticket. And I'm going right across the street. Not too far from where we walking right now. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, Just Jay, you right about that. YouTube is getting strict. And what it is also, Just Jay, I'm going to tell you, if they doing this and that to different people on the YouTubes, why isn't Clara Booker gone? Because Clara Booker her whole channel was built on doxing people. Putting people, their relatives up there, cyberbullying people, stalking motherfuckers. Yeah. Clara Booker channel is in clear violation of YouTube guidelines. Like how they got Garrett, why they didn't get Clara Booker? Both of these people are one and the same. You know, they both got that same evil spirit about them. And anyone that hangs with Garrett, this is my message. I don't mean no harm, but I do mean harm. Anybody that fucks with Garrett and lets him hit their fucking link and sit on the panel, your channel is in jeopardy, because Garrett is banned from these YouTube streets. He's banned. He's not supposed to be trying to create no channels. He ain't supposed to be on nobody's links. You know, hitting nobody's panel. You know. I've been walking past here for the last couple of days. And this place, this is an abandoned church. This church has been abandoned ever since I moved, before I even moved down here in this area. I've always known this church to be closed. This church was never open, as far as I remember. As far as I remember. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, we right across the street from the veterans' houses. These are veteran apartments right here. None but veterans can actually live there. I had a homeboy. He was from Brooklyn, New York. He was living at the house right there on the end, the very last end, or should I say beginning. And he died a few years ago. You know, we all met each other Some people that I've met down here that's from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and some other people from other places. I met them all here at this homeless shelter, because I used to live at the homeless shelter. I was there back in 2017, and I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't stay there for no whole fucking year. I stayed there for like maybe a good 9 months. Then I moved out. When I was living in New York, they had this big homeless shelter. It was in Valhalla, New York. Shout out to Valhalla, New York. Yo, check it out. 914 Westchester County, New York. Valhalla. Yo, that particular shelter is right across the street from the county jail. The Westchester County Jail. They got a new one built, and they still got the old jail still there after all these years. Anyway, to make a long story short, that particular shelter, it could house over 300 people at one time. And all the sex offenders lived on the first floor. All the sex offenders lived on the first floor. So believe it or not, you guys, when some of those people are released from the penitentiary, from their sex charges, they usually end up in a shelter somewhere. They're usually on parole, and they have to go and attend therapy with a therapist, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a social worker. They got case managers in their life. Their parole officers stay on their ass. Just like October, it's Halloween, right? In New York. I don't know about any place else, but in New York, they're not allowed to walk around. They're not allowed to roam free. They are escorted personally by the pigs to one particular location, and they're left there, and they're told to stay there all night. They are not permitted to leave. They're not permitted to make any phone calls, nothing, until that night is over. Until Halloween is purely over with. And that's what I love about New York. New York, I think, is the only state that enforces that. No other state, as far as I know, enforce anything. They just let them clowns, them creeps, them macundos run all over the place. It's a crying shame. Don't make no sense. If it was up to me, all of them would remain locked up. All of them would remain locked up. I would have them chained together and be on chain gangs. Those that don't want to listen to the rules, oh, trust me, I would deal with them. They better never, ever allow me to be a warden anywhere or deputy warden anywhere in any correctional facility. I would drag the dog shit out of them niggas. You want to fuck with a woman? You want to fuck with little kids? You want to fuck with the elderly? Oh, I will show you. If I was president of the United States of America, oh boy, that would be one of my executive orders. All of them to be rounded up, chained together, marched to a certain a supermax correctional institute where there is no getting out. There is no max out date. There is no parole. There is no probation. If I was president, that's what I would do. That would be one of my executive orders. Oh yeah, I would handle that problem. People say, well, that's too harsh. Try living in the world with all them creeps running around. I tell you, man. I hear somebody coming behind me. Yeah, it's a female. Yeah, man. That's the way. That's the way I would do it. I don't care what nobody else do. What nobody else. Every time I pass this place, it smells like they got the laundromat going. I know they got a laundry room in there because I remember when this building was built. I remember everything that's in this building. Everything. They got the Hope Center. I was there the other day trying to see what kind of services they offer to the community. And they give breakfast Monday through Wednesday, early in the morning. And on Wednesday, they allow people to get a bag of food, and they're allowed to take showers and, change their clothes. And then down further the street, there's a church on America Street where they service the homeless and, feed the people. They got a soup kitchen out there. If you need some type of housing, emergency housing, they got the hookup for you. All you got to do is reach out. A closed mouth don't never get fed. And that's what I learned in this life. I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. I was out here homeless in these streets of Charleston, South Carolina for 4 years. 4 fucking years. And what broke me out of being out here is that somebody at that church I'm telling you guys about had said, hey, Arabia, we know you having a hard time, but we know about this program maybe you'll be interested in. Only thing you got to do is get this number, call this number, talk to the lady. Then you got to go to 180 and you got to fill out some paperwork and then let the magic begin. I did that and I've been happy ever since. I know that's right, Just Jay. We got to protect the kids. But nobody wants to protect them. They want the children to protect themselves. I don't know how that's going to work out. I'm telling you, if I was president, oh, boy, all this foolishness about the veterans being homeless, that would stop. Yep. All these homeless people being out here, that would stop. I put a stop to. The only thing they would have to do is give me 6 months. I bet y'all solve the homeless problem. Being president and signing my executive orders, oh, shit. I would change the school system for that. There would be y'all think Donald Trump is bad. You vote in President Arabia Barbosa. Vote for me. Don't vote for the other person. They don't know how to service this country. I do. All right, you guys, I'm at my destination. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for walking with me. Appreciate your visiting me. I really do. I appreciate your support of this channel. I appreciate you visiting with me. It's been a pleasure. And if I don't see you anymore today, I will see you in someone else's chat. Shout out to the chat. Peace, y'all. Thank you for coming. 1.